It is October, and you lot know what time it is. It is time for MLB postseason baseball. This is the best time of the year. It's starting to cool down outside. The leaves are starting to fall. And overall, it's a good time of the year. Tomorrow, October 3rd, the wild card round of the 2023 MLB postseason starts. And guys, I am absolutely hyped for it. These matches, although they're wild card, they're still going to be intense. We're going to have a couple of division rivals going at it against each other, and it's going to be crazy. And it's going to be crazy, and it's going to get even crazier. So, guys, make sure to subscribe. And, of course, I'm Pato, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so let's start off with the American League. To start, we have the Rays receiving the Rangers at 3 p.m. tomorrow, October 3rd. And honestly, it's a pretty good matchup. It's a matchup of a great offense versus great pitching. We've seen this tale time and time again in the playoffs. Good pitching overpowers great hitting. I've seen it firsthand as a Yankees fan for the past, 6 years, whatever it has been. And you take into account that the Rangers only hit .219 against the Rays. It's not looking great for the Rangers, but if the Rangers do want to advance, they're going to have strong performances from both Corey Seager and Marcus Semien. However, the Rays are going to make that really, really difficult. Again, they have great pitching, probably one of the best pitching staffs in baseball right now. They have a great 1-2 punch of Glasnow and Eflin. And for this series, specifically the 3-game series, you have these two horses in the front, and then that great bullpen that just throws everything out there. It's gonna be tough for the Rangers, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. It's gonna be tough for the Rangers, especially since the Rangers don't have the best pitching staff. Their bullpen is really shaky. They had Aroldis Chapman, but it's Aroldis Chapman. I just don't see. I just don't see how the Rangers can pull this off. And like I've said earlier, we've seen this time and time again. Good pitching always overpowers great offense in October. And this is why I have the Rays going through. It's going to be a tough first game, I think. They just have many quality players in that clubhouse. And of course, I might be a little biased. My Mexican bias is coming in a little bit through here with Paredes and Randy Arozarena. Hopefully they have a good postseason. I would love to see them have a great postseason. I'm going to have to go with the Rays in this one. Is it going to be a sweep? I think so. I think that the pitching is going to overpower the Rangers, especially since the Rangers squad is so young. Again, the key player for this one, I'm gonna have two key players for this series: Seager and Marcus Semien. If those two guys can lead this offense, they could challenge the Rays. However, I don't see how the rest of the guys can pick up the slack. Okay, on to the next series: Toronto Blue Jays versus the Minnesota Twins in Minnesota. The only reason the Twins are here is because that division is so dog shit. I mean, all the teams are really trying to not win the AL Central, if you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, I'm not. It seems like I'm slandering the Twins, but I'm not. I'm just saying the facts. The Twins also lead the league in strikeout percentage, which is not good at all. However, I will say that this series is going to have some good pitching matchups. You have Gausman versus Pablo Lopez, Bassett versus Sonny Gray, and Barrios versus Ryan if necessary. But yeah, guys, if you're into pitching, low offense type stuff, I guess this could be a good series for you. Obviously, for the Twins and the Blue Jays fans, it's going to be a great series for you guys. I don't see the Twins breaking that postseason series losing streak, especially not right now. It's just kind of mid. They're just mid, I guess, except for the rotation. They're just kind of mid because even the bullpen isn't all that great. The Toronto bullpen is just better than them, you know? It's just better than them. I just don't see how the Blue Jays, how the Blue Jays do not go through. You could say that this could be one of the upsets, maybe, but man, there's just the odds are against them, and the offense or that Blue Jays offense, man, if they're firing on all cylinders, that offense is top tier, or not top tier, but kind of in the upper echelons of baseball, maybe like top 10. My key player for this series will be Pablo Lopez. If Pablo Lopez goes out there and gives a great performance, gives his team a chance to win, they steal that first game, and then that second game, they're going to have that momentum going in, especially since the Blue Jays are coming off 2 losing series against the Rays and the Yankees, sorry. Maybe. So, but yeah, guys, I'm going to have the Blue Jays going through again on a 2-game series, on a 2-game sweep. And hopefully I'm right. But then again, I don't like the Blue Jays. Okay, guys, so now we're on to the National League. And not going to lie, this is probably the best series out of the 4. Probably the one I'm going to be watching the most. Miami Marlins versus the Philadelphia Phillies. It's going to be a great series, guys. These teams are division rivals. And the Marlins play the Phillies tough, man. On paper, the Phillies have the better team, but man, the Marlins play the Phillies tough, guys. They won 7 out of a possible 13 games, and they had an OPS of 771, which is pretty good. And then their starters, Jesus Luzardo and Braxton Garrett, they're undefeated against the Phils this season, which, oddly enough, are their Game 1 and Game 2 starters respectively. So honestly, the Phillies on paper are the team that should go on. But man, the Marlins, man, they're trying to stink the joint up. Honestly, this series could go either way. But again, the Phillies have just a superstar lineup, guys. They have Turner, Ross, Schwarber, Harper. You can't forget about Harper, man. Bohm has kind of been a little bit underwhelming, but man, he really owes the city something. And guys, let's not forget that the Phillies were the National League champions last year, and almost beat those pesky little Astros in the World Series last year. If it wasn't for a fever managerial call, in my opinion, and they're even better than last year. They're going to be throwing out Wheeler and Nola in the first 2 games, and if necessary, Walker. Honestly, I could see this series going the distance, 3 rounds or 3 games. Sorry, not evenly matched, but the Marlins played tough ball. You know, they were out, and they were out of a spot, and now they're in a spot thanks to the Cubs collapsing. Gotta love to see that. I think that the Wheeler Nola duo might get it done, and if not, I think me personally, I think the Phillies have a better number 3 starter if it does go the distance, which I think it is going the distance. They have Taijuan Walker, and he was pretty good for Mexico in the WBC, but then again, that was like ages ago in terms of baseball. He's kind of had a 6.43 ERA, I believe, last time I checked. So it's not great, but Phillies do have a better bullpen, and have a better bullpen, and honestly, they have a better bullpen overall, especially last season. That I feel like that's what they lacked to get him just give him that extra oomph. You know what I'm saying? The Phillies lack the bullpen, and this year it's better. And I think that the Phillies are going to go through in a 3-game set. That puts them in a very tough situation against the Braves. But the Phillies will have to cross that bridge whenever they get there. The Phillies going in 3. On to the last series. The Brewers receiving the Diamondbacks. Now, unfortunately, the Diamondbacks rotation is not lined up the way they would have to. They're going to have a rookie out there, and that's not ideal. However, what's also not ideal for the Diamondbacks is that the Milwaukee does have their rotation lined up. They have Corbin Burns going out there Game 1. That's going to be tough for them, especially since considering the fact that their offense is dead in the water. Milwaukee is also one of the hottest teams in September. There was a point in time where it looked like the Brewers were the best team in baseball. I think it was mid-September or something. They looked really great out there. Arizona is a young team, so they have no experience under the bright lights. Going against one of the better pitching staffs in baseball, it might get ugly for them really quickly. If they can still game one and give Zach Allen a chance to give them a chance, to give them a chance, they could take it, man. They could take it. But again, Zach Allen's ERA almost doubles on the road. Man. I mean, the odds are again against them, kind of like the Twins, like I said earlier. But it's baseball, guys. Anything can happen, especially since Milwaukee doesn't have a great offense. Their offense is kind of mid. But yeah, guys, it's just considering that their pitching staff is great. You can win a game with 2 or 3 runs. I mean, we've seen it from the Brewers. They win games 3-2, 2-1, 4-3, 3-2. They're used to that pressure. But they're used to playing that 1-run ball game, and I think that Milwaukee does. I'm gonna give it to Milwaukee. Arizona's inexperience, their offense going cold at the worst possible time, and their rotation not lining up is a combination that is just unfortunate for the Diamondbacks. And yeah, guys, so that is it. Those are all my takes, previews, and predictions for the 2023 MLB Wild Card round. So guys, this is it for today. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying the video. And if you guys haven't, consider subscribing. It's free. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Rumble, and subscribe here. Guys, take care. See you guys next time.